going on, everyone? Gilman with Live Wealthy, back with our weekly Apple update video where we take a look at how Apple stock traded throughout the week, some key support and resistance levels that we're looking out for going into this upcoming week, and based on that what the future could look like. So wasting no time, we'll get right into it. But real quick, if you want to hit that like button if you enjoyed these videos, subscribe to my channel. I try to do these videos on a daily basis to kind of track how Apple is doing and share with you guys kind of what I'm doing with Apple, and then comment down below if you're in Apple or what your thoughts on Apple are, or a lot of you are frustrated at Apple, so drop that down in the comment section below and let's chat about it as well on what your plans are, if you plan on selling out at a certain point or if you're holding long term. So let me hit record and we'll get right into it. So I've already got the 5-day chart pulled up, and as we can see, Apple hasn't been doing a whole lot of anything this week, right? Not really exciting movement. As a matter of fact, if we take a look at this, and if I were to kind of just draw a line, I'm not going to because I've got too many lines going as it is, but you can kind of imagine just 120.99 all the way down, just draw a straight line, sort of downtrending, right? But at the same time, it's not super downtrending. It's not really falling or doing anything. It's been a pretty boring week, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know and are frustrated at Apple for. So Monday went up slightly. Let me get rid of the EMAs real quick. Monday we went up slightly. Tuesday we were kind of flat, down a little. Wednesday we kind of gapped down and then fell a little bit more, and then Thursday we kind of bounced off of the low channel, went up. Friday we did the exact, look at that, like Thursday we were at the lower channel, went up to this channel. Friday we opened up, we went down. So if you've been watching my videos, you know exactly the points we're watching for. We're watching for that 117, 119, and 121.50. As you can see, 119 here, a bunch of times here, and then here it acted as support. Then we went under it, it acted as resistance again in pre-market on Friday. So those channels are sort of what we're watching on, right? So initially at the beginning of the week, the story was that we were above the 119 and I wanted to see it push towards that 121.50. Now that we're below that 119 and actually pretty close to the 117, I want to see if it bounces off of 117. It did once during after hours. It did once on Thursday at the beginning of the market before it moved up. But I want to see it recapture that. So let's take a look at the daily chart and then we'll kind of focus on what my plan is. Another thing that I want to kind of talk about is that I do see a bull flag forming. What worries me though is there's just a lot of consolidation happening, and it worries me that it hasn't really fired yet. Fired meaning it's sort of taken off, right? That could be typically, that for me in my mind, that's going to be a good thing, but it could go down as well, right? It could be a fake out. It could go up a little and then just sort of tank. So just be mindful of that, and that's just something I want to throw out there because that's something that I'm watching with the bull flag taking off. My investments in Apple are I'm long on the stock, and then I do stock options to kind of play with the volatility during the week. And if you've seen my videos, you've seen me share kind of how I buy Apple calls or puts kind of every day and then sell them the next day. And for the past like 4 or 5 trading sessions, all I've done is puts, because there are these patterns that either sells off into the close or it sells off as soon as it opens in the morning before kind of gathering, which seems kind of frustrating or boring, but if you know how to take advantage of it, you could be profitable. So just something to keep in mind. But we'll take a look here, right? So I talked about this in one of my daily Apple update videos, but we're making lower highs every single day for the past 5 trading days. So if we go back to 11/16, the high was 120.99, then 120.67, then 119.82, then 116.81, and then 117.29. So we actually didn't make a lower high, or excuse me, a lower low on Friday, but we have been making okay, I looked at 2 different numbers. Excuse me, I'm going to start over again. So from the high, right, we got 120.99, 120.67, 119.82, 119.06, and 119.77. So we are making lower highs every single day. I confused between the highs and the lows, so I was looking at 2 numbers. So we are making lower highs for the past 5 trading days. And then for, not including Friday, the 3 days before that, we were also making lower lows. So we were in this lower high, lower low. Now we're making a lower high. So the key tomorrow is, do we make an even lower high? And is that accompanied with a lower low as well? Or are we going to sort of hang out between this 117, 119 range and while we kind of decide what Apple wants to do? So we'll take a look at some of our indicators. So we've got the moving averages coming in at 115.43 and 116.14. If we do break out of this channel, right, 117, then I think these 2 points could be good support. Same with the EMAs. Let's take a look at those. So for those of you that watch me on a daily basis, you know that I like looking at these EMAs. I'd like to see the stock capture the 8 EMA, right, which is at 118.17, and then the 21 EMA, which is at 117.20. So our low for Friday was 117.29. The 21 EMA was 117.20. It could act as support, right? It could bounce off of that. And then we've got the 34 at 116.57, 55 at 115, and then the 89 at 111 if we do choose to drop that much. So now, moment of truth, what do I think the stock is going to do? I don't know what the stock is going to do. If I did, I'd be super wealthy. And if someone tells you that they know what they're doing and they don't have millions and millions of dollars to show for it from trading profits, not from some course they're selling, they're probably lying as well. What I like doing instead is sort of taking a look at what the stock is doing when the market opens tomorrow and trying to take advantage of that. If Apple opens up flat and falls, I'm looking to see, okay, is it going to go past the 117, knowing that the 117 is good support, or do I think that the 117 is going to serve as a bounce for the stock? If I think it's going to serve as the bounce, and it does indeed bounce, I might go into the stock, maybe buy some calls. If I see it breaking the 117, then I'm taking a look at some of the moving averages and EMAs that I just highlighted for the stock to bounce off of. I personally, my trading style is that I wait for validation before going all in, right? So let's say I'm looking at, it breaks 117, I think 115, the moving average that I showed in the 115s is going to act to support. I'm not going in until it actually acts as support and it starts kind of moving back up. That's when I'm sort of jumping on the train to move back up with it. If we move up, I'm looking at then, right, the day before is high, right? We talked about how we're making a lower high every day. That means the points to knock out are sort of the highs that we set the day before. So for tomorrow, right, before we hit the 119 mark, we have to hit the 118.77 mark, which was the high set for Friday. Then we have to go back to Thursday and hit that 119.06. Then we have to hit 119.82. Then we have to hit 120.67. Then we have to hit 120.99. Then we have to hit this 121.99. And if we go through all of these points, then it takes us back to mid-October, right, in the 123s and 125s. So that's sort of what I'm watching, right? When the stock's going up, at what point could it not go up anymore? That way, if I'm in any positions that I want to get rid of, I can do so at that time. Or if it's falling and I want to maybe buy some more, or maybe I want to get into some calls waiting for the stock to go up, that's sort of the points that I'm watching out for, and that's when I'm planning on going all in on the stock. So if you enjoy this analysis, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. I try to do these on a daily basis, and a lot of this analysis, stays constant because Apple isn't doing much right now, but a lot of times it also changes, right? So if we make a higher high tomorrow, right, than what we did on Friday, or 2 days from now, if we make a higher high, that kind of changes a little bit of the scenario. Then we're watching to see, okay, is there a reversal coming? Is the bull flag taking off? So that's all I had for you guys today. Hope you guys had an amazing weekend. Hope you guys have an amazing Thanksgiving week. If you guys are trading Apple, please let me know down in the comment section below, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. Until then, hope you guys are all being safe. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.